Hello, successionaires, and welcome to the Millionaire Mastermind Institute Live Presents. I'm here with the great Helen, Ballard, and we're going to get into who she is and what she does. Of course, you know the Millionaire Mastermind Institute is an institute for entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs. What we do here is we build millionaire mindsets and businesses. We help you build and grow your business and your mind to that $1 million entity. We're going to cover today, we're going to talk about college preparatory, about entrepreneurship and what it's going to take and the things that's out there for you so you can get the monies you need for college. You can get the grants you need for college. We're going to talk about the preparation and everything. And parents, we're going to talk to you about applications and you know what all you need to do. And so we're going to get into it. How are you doing today, Ms. Ballard?
I am doing fantastic, Mr. Murray. How are you?
Oh, dear Oscar, you know, I'm telling you, if I'm doing fantastically great, and
well,
if I was
wonderful.
doing any better, I'd have to be you.
Oh my gosh, well that's a definite compliment and I appreciate that. It's just so wonderful that we are having this opportunity to bring the awareness to our community about the various things that they can do in terms of getting their children prepared for college and understanding the reality of being prepared for college.
Yes. Now, what we want to do is tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, that's fine. My name is Helen Ballard, and I am a, what do you call, lifetime learner. Mr. Murray, I have 4 degrees, and they're all in education.
Good,
I'm very
good.
passionate about making sure that I educate our youth.
Okay.
I have an organization that works with young ladies only called Ray Pay Incorporated. It was named after my granddaughters, Reagan and Peyton. And we do STEM and STEAM, K through 12, in all areas of dealing with the science, technology, engineering, and math. And
Right.
then I also have an organization that is an LLC, and we provide academic enrichment.
Now, you know, because we have an event coming up very soon, which we're going to talk about a little later in the show. But you help people prepare for college. You help, and the parents as well, because you got to realize the parents, something they got to do and get ready for. You know, you think it's just the children getting ready. The parents also have to get ready. They have to know how to fill out the application. They have to know what they got to do for the children and what it's going to take. And see, all that's preparatory for you and for the parents as well as the children, because it's a preparatory thing. It's where you got to be prepared because it's a life change for both of you.
Yes, it is. And I think that you made a really strong key point. The preparation for college is more than one way, and it involves a lot more. Parents, you're going to be having your youth separated from you for the rest of their lives at this point. And so that means you could be an empty nester. You might be going through some things being an empty nester. Even though we know, we'd be like, I can't wait till you go away to college. Or I can't wait till you leave. But then when they finally do, you might be going through a little bit of something on your own.
Withdrawal.
Yes, and that's a real thing.
And you know, it's amazing when I dropped my son off at college and I was watching, because you know, I study people. How many parents were crying and stuff when the kids were getting out of the car and saying bye, and the parents telling the kids saying, go ahead and leave. The parents ain't ready to leave yet because they realize that separation is there.
I remember my freshman year of college, my mother came and got me, and she dropped him off that weekend. And that weekend was the big events on the college because all the freshmen were there and everyone was there. Next thing I know, here come my mom picking me up the weekend when all the activities and the fun was going on. And I had to get in the car and come home. And I was like, oh my gracious. But yeah, it is a big adjustment in more ways than one. But more importantly right now, Mr. Murray, we're dealing with some different kinds of concerns and issues at the moment. This new administration, the new things that are happening with education, there are a lot of grant opportunities that are being erased or attempts to be erased. There is a lot of funding that is not going to be there that could have possibly been there prior to. So we really have a lot of issues and concerns and questions that we could answer, that we really need the individuals to come out this Saturday and get some of this wealth of knowledge that I'm going to provide for them.
You know, the reason we're doing this show today is because this is almost the 11th hour for preparation for this year's freshmen going to college. And there's a lot of money left on the table every year, scholarships, grant money that people just don't claim. You got to know how to fill out your forms. You got to know where to go to get the scholarships and the grants. Tell us a little bit about that.
But basically, a lot of the grants they have available out in the scholarships are really with a lot of private-owned companies. People are surprised. There are a lot of organizations that are willing to give money away, but they just don't know who to give it to. And this weekend, we'll be able to touch on that and let the parents know exactly what resources are there, because there are some. Now, it may not be as many as it was previously, only because, again, I mentioned the fact that the new administration is coming in. It's doing some crazy things kind of in a way with the grants and being able to allow some of our first-time college students to attend college if their parents hadn't attended college. They had the TRIO program, which is one, and they are trying to eliminate that program. And that program is a phenomenal program for first-time college goers. And they, so those are the things that I need to discuss this weekend that will basically let the parents know that if those options will still be available.
And you know what, I was really impressed because we did the same thing last month, and we had standing room only here at the Institute.
Yes, we did.
And people are coming from far away, 50, 60, 70, 100 miles to come to our event.
Yes.
And I got to give it to you, dear. You rocked it. Oh, did you? I mean, I'm telling you the truth. I've been to a lot of events, and I've done hundreds of events. But the fact that sit there and hold the concentration of the children, and they were taking notes, you were giving out so much information, that they had no idea about, well, the parents didn't know.
No, they didn't.
So parents, this is also an education for you. It's not only for the children. You've got to come too. There's information we're going to give you, and you've got to learn how. All these scholarships have to go unclaimed because you didn't dot one I or you didn't cross one T. We're going to give you the proper things to do. We're even going to tell you what scholarships are out there you don't even know exist. And we have people that are online tuning in, like Bridget Brevard and Kevin Fennell. Thank you and welcome in to the Millionaire Mastermind Institute Presents with Helen Ballard. And we're going to give you some vital information. Here's what we want you to do right now. Look at your page and hit share. Just share it out there to your friends. Invite them. So hit share on your, right there's either top right or bottom left, probably bottom left. Share it out so your friends can see that we're on giving this vital information, because you're not going to get a lot of this stuff. What we're going to do this weekend, this Saturday here at the Institute, and the information we're going to disseminate, you all will be able to get this at other places other than here. We bring in the top educators in each field of professionalism whenever we do a show like this or we do an event like the one we got coming up this weekend. So this is a rarity. You have to take advantage of what's out there. Success, 90% of success is only showing up. You're going to hear me say that over and over and over again as you get to tune in and learn about the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, or MMI. Show up. You're going to get a knowledge. And we just did an event here in January. We had 10 speakers in 10 hours. We had 10 of the top business educators in the country here, right here at the Institute, for one solid day. And they had one-on-one sessions. They can answer your questions. Miss Ballard is the top of her field, because what she told us last month, she rocked. Anytime you can hold, then you know how to deal with kids. Anytime you can hold the attention of children, teenagers for 4 hours, you're doing something. And that's just what you did.
Yes, and it was great because some of the questions that I received from our friends who came and in the audience, they were great questions. And
yes,
they were really, really thinking on questions that would actually significantly pinpoint just that one thing that they wanted to know. And when they walked out of here, they gave me so many kudos, and they really were so well respected individuals, meaning these students who were here, their parents did a phenomenal job, because all of them wanted to be able to go to college, and all of them wanted to know, how can I go to college, and how can I do the things to continue to be successful? And I just thought that that was great, because we were talking like 9th graders, 10th graders, and then some were actually juniors in high school. But it was the ninth graders and the 10th graders who were really impressed in trying to figure out ways that they could actually find a career, find a college that they wanted to focus on, what it would take for them to be accepted at that college or university. And they were from here locally as well as abroad.
You know, preparing for college, you got to realize, is one heck of a change in life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the first year of college for most students is just adjusting.
Yes.
It really is, because what you want to be don't mean you're going to, what you start as your major may not be your major when you graduate.
Mm-hmm.
But the preparatory, especially what you gave the information on how to write a cover letter, they had no idea of what a cover letter.
That's right.
They don't understand the importance, but because of you broke it down for me. You broke it down. You broke it down. So I'm telling you, you got to be here. You have to be here. Mm-hmm. The information we're going to give you, because it's limited seating.
Yes. And that is a key thing. And we got to make sure that you get here because of the limited seating. And we want to make sure that we can service everyone. But you got to know, it's first come, first serve. You got to be here.
You got to be here. Now, here's the thing that we want to emphasize to you, too. It's going to take a little bit of work for you to get what you need. Don't depend on the college to give you all the information. You've got to do your homework. Go online. Now, I noticed last time you gave a lot of websites out what they need to research. You gave a lot of sites to go on for these scholarships. You gave a lot of sites for them to go on for these grants. The companies are waiting on you. You got to find out what grants, where to go online to get these grants. All these millions of dollars every year that go unclaimed. Yeah. And you got all these students out there that struggle in school because they don't have the money. And not knowing that it's there, you just didn't know where to go to claim it.
That's right. And you got to definitely step up your game to my parents out there, is that you really need to investigate and start working early on. Don't work till your youth becomes a junior or a senior and start working towards figuring out what you're going to do in terms of getting them ready for college. You've got to look at it. College may not be ready for everybody.
That's
you
right.
might have to go and do a vocational training or find a trade, but at any rate, just know what your options are. And Mr. Murray, it's so important to know, because then it gives you a better opportunity to prepare yourself. You very well may want to be an entrepreneur. So you want to be able to make sure that you've investigated the different types of professions or businesses that you want to open and the type of individuals that you want to attract.
Well, now, I'm going to teach Saturday, too, on entrepreneurship to the youth, for the youth to get an idea. Mm-hmm. In case, everybody's not, college isn't meant for everybody. Mm-hmm. Everybody's not going to, not right now. They might say, well, I want to take a year off, but what am I going to do? I got to figure out what I want to do, what I want to be. I'm going to give you some ideas, and I'm going to try to rock the house like she did. I want to give you all these like she. Now, she gave plenty of aha moments. She gave a ton of aha moments. Well, see, now I got some competition, because I can't stand nobody to outdo me. Although I'm the president of the Institute, I am not the smartest person in the Institute. I'm just putting smart people like Miss Ballard around me. Make me look good. But this weekend, Saturday, from 9 to 1, we are going to rock the house.
Right.
And we have online, we have Jerome and Arlene Spann, Josh Silverstone, James Morrow, Chris Johnson, Rhonda Fox. Thank you. We appreciate y'all tuning in, but we need you to look at the bottom of your screen and share it out so your friends can know that we're live giving this vital information. Share. Just hit share. Mm-hmm. And share it out so you can invite your people, your friends, to follow this program. Now, Helen, you've been doing this for, and I don't want you to tell your age, but how many?
Well, if I tell how many years that I've been doing this, Mr. Murray, the age, you got some smart viewers out there, they're going to calculate it.
So you started doing it when you was 2 or 3 years old?
Yeah, I had to be.
How many years have you been doing this?
I have been an educator for over 14 years. And that is my passion, that is my calling, and I just can't see my life being fulfilled with anything else other than that. I work with students who GED. I work with individuals who may not have had the best of luck in terms of getting in trouble and possibly having offenses, and trying to help them and understand how they need to go about getting into school. Providing them the information on the institutions that actually will either hire them and give them a job, or either actually allow them to go to school. So again, all of this information is going to be out there on Saturday. And if you have any concerns, whether it's yourself or whether it's a family member, I suggest that you come out on Saturday, because we're going to have boatloads of information. I already have gotten the stacks of paper of everything that I have copies stapled ready to go in a packet.
Well, the package you gave out last time, I still have it. And, you know, I believe in BDI, y'all, borrowing, duplicating, and improving upon it. So I'm going to be using some of your information in my speeches along the line. So I'm telling you, it's one of those type of things that you want to keep. There was a gentleman that was here that came to me and said, Mr. Murray, I'm so sorry I didn't bring my son.
Oh, wow.
He said, I woke my son up. My son didn't want to come. That's when I told him, that's your fault.
Right.
Sometimes no is not an option.
Mm-hmm.
You got to tell them you're going. You've been up all night long playing video games. Yeah. You want to go to college, but you want to play video games and not go to something as important as the MMI's college prep and entrepreneurship. Yeah. Like I said, we have people who drove 100 miles. 100 miles to come to this event. And not one person complained or gave us a bad anything.
No. It was rewarding. It was rewarding for me to be able to give that. And the part of it that made it so rewarding was the fact that I was providing something to our guests that they were not even aware of.
Yes. Oh.
And that's what the humongous satisfaction for me. That's where that came from. I was like, wow, I'm shedding light on something that individuals didn't know about. And so this was wonderful for me to be able to provide that detailed information to our guests who came out. And when they come out this Saturday, they're not going to get that same old stuff. We got even more stuff to share with them on the fabulous things that's going on in education, and the fabulous things that are going on with our STEM and STEAM young ladies for Ray-Pay Incorporated. So we're doing some wonderful things, Mr. Murray, and I think that we're going to have another great show.
Well, we're going to have, I'm saying, you got to get here. And we start at 9 o'clock. It's like a classroom. You got to be here because we start at 9 o'clock. And please bring pencil and paper with you, please. Please bring pencil and paper with you.
We have a lot of information that our last guest from the previous event that we had, they actually walked away and they needed more paper. Yeah. Because we had so much stuff that they wrote down, and it was so detailed, they didn't even have enough paper. We were passing out paper to our guests because they needed to have all of the information. So I encourage you to come out this Saturday and listen to what we have to say. We're getting our students ready, getting our youth ready, getting them prepared, showing them how to do cover letters, teaching them how to get internships, working with them in so many ways. Now is the time that we have to actually push forward, Mr. Murray, and teach our students right now the things that they need to do to be successful.
You know, and here's the thing that you got to realize you got to start doing. Like I told you, when I told that gentleman that sometimes no is not an option, your children want to sleep on, well, it's the weekend, I don't want to sleep, I'm tired. No. This is something that is going to benefit you in your future. And parents, now here's the thing too now, let me remind you, we had some people here that were adults that wanted to go back to school, was looking for money and scholarships. It's there for you. You're looking for grant money, it's there for you. You just have to know where to look to get it. I mean, you want to get your master's, your PhD, or your doctorate, whatever you want to get, there's money there for you. You just have to know where to look, because all this money, don't cry about, I needed some money, didn't know where to go. We're going to give it to you. All you got to do is show up. That's all it takes. Let me tell you what we keep saying about this weekend. Let me tell you something about this weekend. It's called College Prep and Entrepreneurship. We're going to help you learn about grants and where some grants are. We're going to prepare you for college, because that's a whole new life. That's a whole new life. We're going to talk about college money, classes, websites, college life. Because a lot of kids go, well, college life is a shock to them. You got to let them know there are plenty of parties.
Yes.
But parties aren't going to give you what you want. My son went to college and said, Dad, I want to go to a college where it's not a whole lot of partying. He said, I want an education. He says, I know it's going to be parties there, but I want to go where I can get an education. And I was telling him, son, sometimes you got to learn how to say that word no. What's best for me? You got to always, here's one thing, parents, that we fail to teach our children that hurts us more than anything. We don't never talk to them and let them realize the consequences. What's the consequence behind what you're doing? This is comical now, they still use this. And I know my son, my grandson, I raised my son and my grandson. My son was 3 years older than my grandson. Now you figure that out. And I just have one child. But we raised them on what we call the elbow system. We said, Mr. Mary, what's the elbow system? What's the elbow system? Anytime my children went out the house or went anywhere or go do anything, I always told them, all I had to say was elbow system. That means, what would you do if I were standing right there at your elbow? And when you raise them to think like that, they're always basically, now they're going to stray every now and then, but they're basically going to do what you're teaching them, because they're always going to think, well, what would Dad say when she's standing here? What would Mom say when she's standing here? What would Grandma say when she's standing here? But see, when we don't give them that thought, where they're thinking about what's the consequences. Right. Well, if I do this, what would Grandma say? What would Mom say? What would Dad say? What would the family think? We don't give them the knowledge to think and the ability to think about what the consequences are. Now, you see a lot, because you teach prisoners, you give them their GEDs and all that kind of thing. So you see a lot of them in jail. They play these video games and they're all violent. But see, you can get up, walk away from a video game and go in the kitchen and get yourself a sandwich. You can get up from a video game and go to the movie. But see, those video games don't tell you, if you go out there and do that killing, these robbing, or whatever these video games do, what the consequences are. They just see, I'm having fun. I want to do this for real, without realizing what the consequences are. You're in the jails with them. Tell them about some of the people that you see in the jail with knowledge they don't know.
Well, basically, my working with the inmates currently, I am finding that a lot of them didn't have the opportunity to be able to get a college education. And it was for the lack of knowledge.
Right.
Their parents might not have gone to college, and they became just regular, everyday 9-to-5 workers, and they raised their children the best way they could. And unfortunately, some of them, the social issues that they were dealing with, being in communities that were not the safest communities to be in, and they could have gotten caught up in it. But the one thing that I have found astonishingly is that most of the inmates in there are very, very smart.
Yes.
It's just that a circumstance has come up that has prevented them from being able to be, as we would say, college bound and college ready. But they are very, very intelligent. I mean, I have seen some individuals that I sit back and I'm like, wow, I just learned something from you. So even though that I have had a successful career in being a lifetime learner, and a successful career in having 2 companies, and in being able to return back into the working community in order for me to be able to continue to provide my love for learning and teaching. So, Mr. Murray, I think that as long as we continue to not judge individuals and ensure that we always want to make sure every person has an opportunity to be educated.
Yes.
And that's my premise, and that's what I have to go by. So everything and anything that I do is always for me to build up our youth, to work in the community. I am, guess, what you can consider a grassroots individual, where I'm just trying to make a difference the best way I can.
And Jenny, you are doing fine job. Anytime you can communicate with children in the manner that you did, and I saw it firsthand. So we want y'all to come on out. The address is 8101 Sandy Spring Road, Suite 290 in Laurel, Maryland, 20707. If you want more information or you want to obtain your ticket, go to mminstitute.info. It's there. or call the Institute at 240-619-2019, and we'll return your call within 24 hours. And we have a lot of people coming, a lot more people coming online.
Yes.
We have Monica Green,
Yes.
Darius, Cosby 123, Eugene, Franklin Brown. So, I mean, we have so many people coming online right now.
I'm excited about it.
We're asking you to share. Oh, and Miss G, hello, Miss G. Miss G is one of my staff members here at the Institute, but she has family in town.
Oh, okay.
But she would have been here helping me do this,
Yeah.
but she has family in town, and family first.
Yes, absolutely.
Because she said, I want to be there, but I said, stay with your family.
Yeah.
You can tune in. So, Miss G, we love you, darling. There ain't nothing you can do about it. And Eric Wall just got online. I mean, we've got, I don't know how to, y'all that are online, be sure to share it. Hit share so you can share it to your timeline, to your page, and that way your people can tune in and also see what we're doing here. So we're saying, share it. Go ahead and share it out. If you have a question, go ahead and type it in, and we'll get the question. We'll try to answer your questions. Now, like I told you, right here in Laurel, Saturday from 9 to 1, which this Saturday is the 25th. College starts in what, about 2.5 months, 3 months maybe?
Yeah,
Is that far?
much, yeah. I mean, it could even be sooner than that, Mr. Murray, too, because you have to understand, depending on what the concentration is for the individuals going away to college, they may have to do a summer program. And usually what happens with that is that if their SAT scores or their ACT scores are not reached at a certain level, then they will have to actually go ahead of school starting in August or September or when, in order for them. And we touched on that. Remember, we touched on that at the last session to make sure that the parents understand exactly what the scores need to be and understanding the difference from the ACT and the SAT, because they've made a lot of changes in education.
And I know you cover that.
Yes.
And the importance of that. I mean, I don't know what else to really say to them other than y'all got to be here. I mean, you got to realize all this is important.
Yes.
And you are going to get what we're giving you. We are doing this. Look, the Millionaire Mastermind Institute is not a me thing. It's not an I thing. It's a we thing. It's we.
Yeah.
I mean, so we can just go ahead online, and Miss G and Yvonne Crowder shared our video.
Fabulous.
That's so fantastic. See, now what you're doing, just the thing that people don't realize. It takes a split second, nanosecond to hit share.
Right.
And what you're doing, you're giving a blessing for those who didn't know.
Yeah.
And whenever you give a blessing in life somewhere down the line is going to give it back to you tenfold. How hard is it for a split second to hit share?
And I'm grateful. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you to all of those who have tuned in, and I hope many more will tune in. But the information that we're providing is just something that is going to be phenomenal for not just our college students, but just for career and college readiness as well. Because we do understand that not everybody is geared for college, but they might be trying to figure out, I've always had a passion and want to do this one thing, but I just never knew how to get started, how to make it happen. And we will be providing that information with you because we will be giving you the skills and the strategies in order for you to be able to achieve that goal. Entrepreneurship is not an easy task. It's a 24/7, 365. You wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you go to sleep at 6 o'clock in the morning, and just trust me. But when you are passionate, it means nothing.
See, now, and I'm an information junkie. I just love information. And I'm going to tell you about you entrepreneurs. All y'all think about being entrepreneurs, one thing you got to realize, your life's going to change. You're not going to be sleeping. Because see, entrepreneurs don't sleep. We just nap.
Yeah.
Because you're going to wake up and it's always going to be on your mind. What can I do to grow and build this? The Millionaire Mastermind Institute, located at 8101 Sandy Spring Road in Laurel, Maryland, are here to guide you, to help you with your mindset and build that $1 million business. Because with all the education in the world, if your mind isn't right, it's totally useless. Now, I'm for college. I'm 100% for college. But everyone out there who is a millionaire and wealthy, all of them didn't go to college.
That's right. And that's the key thing that they have to understand. But this Saturday, we will add all of those things in to help them and guide them. So this is like an informative session that is geared just for you to be able to pick up and start your dreams. And when you start your dreams and you feel so satisfied, you're going to start to grow and blossom. Things just going to start happening, and you're going to be amazed because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I never thought that could be open. That door could have been open for me. You don't even know who you could meet. You come to this sessions on next Saturday. This Saturday,
yeah.
I'm sorry. This
That's
Saturday when you come. Yeah, is it really already?
Thursday, so all you guys is one day and a wake up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well I got a lot of stuff to do to get myself really ready for this
Saturday. They're going to be looking for you to kick it now.
I know they are. And I enjoyed it. It was so rewarding for me because I was in my realm. I was in my space of what I do best. And that's a great thing. When you find out what you can do and you find that you are good at it, it just feels like it's not work at all.
Well, it's not work, because when you do what you love, you're not working.
Yeah, it wasn't work at all. It was information that the individuals who were here, they was like, I didn't know that. How'd you know that? And I'm looking at them like, well, I don't know, but here it is.
They asked you that was the wrong question to ask. You don't ask, how do you know that? You ask yourself, how come I don't?
Yeah, how about that?
You don't ask your educator, how do you know that? And here's the thing that I emphasize a lot. If you don't believe what we're teaching, research it for yourself.
Yep.
You got to research it. When someone tells you something, research it.
Yes.
It's going to build you and grow you more. But here's the thing about it. Now, college, I'm telling you, I'm 100% for college.
Mm-hmm.
But college is only going to prepare you for your career.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat. Because your studies really start after you graduate.
Yes.
That's when you're a formal education, high school, college, will maybe keep you working and give you a job. But a self-education will make you wealthy beyond your means.
That's right.
Because I look at me now, I'm a 40-plus year entrepreneur. And people say, Mr. Murray, you can talk that because you done made it, you got this, you done this. But I'm telling you, but what you're looking at is my 40-year overnight success. 40 years. Overnight don't come in 40 years. You've been doing this for 13 years, but look how much studying you've done and how much education you had to do since you graduated and got your degree. That's when your education starts. Because if all you have is a formal education, you are undereducated. It's events like this that you got to attend.
Yeah.
It's being around people like me and the other educators I bring in, and Ms. Ballard, you got to be around us. We're going to give you that next oomph that college is not going to give you. So we're telling you, just show up. We're here. We're going to be here bright and early, waiting to rock your brain. But we got the fire department standing by. So it's going to be smoky in here because we're going to have some smoky brains. Your brain's going to be clicking and burning and everything. So the fire department's standing by, y'all. But come, because when we set this place on fire with information, and all this smoke coming in this room from where your brain is burning and it's coming out your ears. So come on board. Helen?
And bring your questions.
Yeah,
more importantly, when you come Saturday, please bring your questions, write them down, think about it. Preparation is always the best way to solve any concerns that you have, because so many times you might think of a question and then forget about it, but if you write it down, bring it so that we can help you. We want to be able to answer those questions.
Well, we're telling you what you said. You said to and bring. What did you say? Bring what?
Bring your questions.
Bring your questions. Bring your friends. Bring your neighbor. Bring your aunt, your uncle, your mommy and daddy. Bring Lottie Dottie and everybody. You don't get this. This is not something that you're going to get all the time. I'm serious. Let me tell you about the Millionaire Mastermind Institute. What we do. See, y'all saying, well, who is the Millionaire Mastermind? Well, I'm going to tell you something. We have been around for quite some years. I told you I'm a 40-plus year entrepreneur. Why you don't know about us? Now, last month alone, the month of February, we did 15 events. In 28 days, we did 15 events. 15 things of education. Tune into the Institute. It's online. Look us up. Just pull up Millionaire Mastermind Institute and watch what pops up. And things like what Ms. Ballard is doing to us is not a rarity. It's exceptional the way she taught, because I learned something. See, I was in the only time I'm an educator is when I'm on stage. Outside of that, I'm a student. I wrote down almost as much notes as the kids did, or the parents did. Because this one gentleman told us he's so glad he bought his son.
Yeah.
And he still gave us the kudos on the fact that his son, who was what, the freshman or sophomore?
Yes.
That he bought him, that opened up his son's eyes and opened up his eyes as preparing for college, scholarships, and now he can now go back and apply for. He didn't even know it existed.
No, and then one other thing is that we had going on as well is that we had some of the guests who actually said, Miss Ballard, how can I get this information to my friends?
Here's your chance. Tell them, bring them, give someone that blessing. But don't do it to get the blessing, do it because it's the right thing to do. Life will handle the blessing. You just do it because it's the right thing to do. Now, if you have any questions or anything out there, just go ahead and type in the questions, and it'll get to us, and we'll go ahead and answer your questions if you have any. Now, Ms. Ballard, people are going to want to know how to get in touch with you. You know, but now, if you hear Charlotte, you definitely going to want to know.
Right.
Now, I told you how to get in touch with the Institute. But Ms. Ballard does have a way for you to get in touch with her. So you're going to give them some information on reaching you?
Yes, they can actually reach me by email at raypayinc@gmail.com.
Okay, spell RayPay.
And RayPay is spelled RAIPEYINC@gmail.com. That's our email address.
Okay.
I am on Facebook, so they can find me on Facebook as well.
You have a website?
And I do have a website, and it is also raypayinc.org.
Okay. Now, we gave you that. Now, we're going to see how many, because, you know, we everybody who's online, y'all, by the way, we did write down your name. And we're going to see how many come up. But you get a chance to meet this beautiful lady.
Well, thank you.
And this handsome man. That's my life for the day, and I'm sticking to it. But as you can see, we have fun doing what we do, and we enjoy doing what we do. You never know who you're going to meet when you come into the family of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute. What do you need? The Institute is just like a shopping mall. You know, you go to a shopping mall, you got a shoe store, you got a clothing store, you got a candy store, you got a video store, you got this store and that store. Well, that's what the Institute is. We have experts in almost every field of business or everything that you need in life. If we don't have it, I'm going to find somebody that's an expert and I'll vet them. I'm not going to give you somebody that's not going to do their job or teach you what you need to know. I'm going to make sure that this person that you meet or we introduce you to can handle your situation. That's what we're for. We're the shopping center for your education and business. And it don't have to, you know, here's one thing. You don't have to take it, well, I'm not going to tell you it's best if you do, but you don't have to take a 4-year course in order to learn business.
No, you don't.
If you come to our sessions and tune in, we'll give you over a period of time everything you need. And if you want the coaching of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, William Murray, it's on my website, mminstitute.info. And all you got to do is, I'm there. Call me, 240-619-2019. We're here for you. I mean, you don't have to drive no million miles or get on and try to find someone. We already got them for you. 40 plus years as an entrepreneur, I got to been doing something right.
I would say so anyway.
and you know, and it all boils down to, like, see, and here's something too. We teach the children, show them, and something we pointed out, that the person you're sitting beside, or that you're sitting in front of or behind, could be the person that you're going to meet in 10 or 15 years. There's going to be what you needed, or you're going to be what they needed. Relationships. Look at how we met.
Yeah, how about that?
And it's been, what, several years now?
Yes, it has been.
And I always knew, she knew what I was doing, I knew what she was doing. Well, now with the Institute and me growing like we've grown over the last few years, and she's coming in as an educator, it's the relationship. You know, I got a gentleman now through the Institute I was known for 20-some years. And now he has grown into the person that I need. I, as the president of the Institute, has grown into what he needs. Relationships. You never know. Relationships.
Well, I'm just so excited, and I just can't wait. And I know that our guests are equally excited based on just us giving this presentation tonight. So I am really looking for a great event once again. Okay, once again, a great event, and we're just going to be able to share a wealth of information. And that's what the key is, making sure that we get the information out so we can change the lives of our parents and our youth.
And we have sponsors that help sponsor the event. Susan Cohn is one of the sponsors for the event. Yeah. We want to thank her very much.
Yes.
Nancy DeLuke Stemple,
yes.
You know, one of the sponsors for the event. We want to thank them. You know, we're going to give you a recognition due. You know, they don't have to do that.
No.
They see the value in the Institute and what we're doing.
Phenomenal individuals, just
so,
wonderful people.
Yes, you definitely want.
Yes, you really want to know this great people overall. I met them the first time when I came on the last event that we had, and they have been in constant contact with me since then.
You never know who you're going to meet and what relationship you're going to develop into. Show up. We got professional business people going to be through here. You're going to get a chance to meet professional business people that you may have to pick their brain, and they're going to let you. But what you have to learn to do is be a brain sucker. I'm going to tell you right now, I am a brain sucker. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you and find out how in the world can I help you, and vice versa.
Right.
See, now, what you did last time that really impressed me is that you gave so much value in the information that you gave people. And they were so appreciative. I got kudos like you would not believe for that. I mean, I was so proud of myself that nobody could pat me on the back because my hand was in the way.
Well, I'm very passionate about education, like I said before in the beginning of the taping, and I really want people to understand that this is what I do, this is what I have been called to do, and I just can't find any better satisfaction than what I'm giving back right now. So this is a phenomenal occasion for me to once again bring forth more information to someone who it just might change their life just that one day and give them a direction.
You never know when the information you get today is going to come handy to you tomorrow.
That's right. Absolutely.
Because you're working. See, here's the question that I always put out to people. What did you do yesterday that you got to work on today to improve your tomorrow? And when you look at that and ask yourself that all the time, what did I do yesterday that I got to work on today? Because I want a bright tomorrow. You know, you can't say tomorrow, but here's the thing about tomorrow. We talked about this. Tomorrow never comes.
Yeah.
Because you say, okay, today is what? Thursday. You say, well, tomorrow I'm going to do this. When you wake up in the morning, what is it? It's Friday, so it's today.
Yeah.
So then you say, well, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. When you wake up Saturday, it's Saturday and it's today. So tomorrow really never comes.
Right.
And when you procrastinate, just like that gentleman that hated the fact that he didn't bring his son, he procrastinated on whether or not he should have bought him.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, they're going to be the first two people through that door Saturday morning. I bet
Probably
you
so, yeah.
$5 to a donut. They're going to be the first two people through that door. Because he kept saying, oh, God, I sure hate that. And he still announced, he said, I'm sorry I didn't bring my son.
Yeah. Well, I really hope that they will be able to make it because we got a lot more information that I'm going to be providing for them. And so, yeah, I'm going to be having my little wheelbarrow, if you will, full of pamphlets and things for me to be able to give out and share. And it's going to be a total educational process here. We're going to be learning a lot of different things. You're going to be learning things that you possibly didn't know before. And we're going to collaboratively come together and bring all of the information out so everybody can gain from it.
Come out. Find out what the Millionaire Mastermind Institute's all about. Find out what Miss Helen Ballard knows and what she's about. The other business people that's just going to be in here or floating through here, because we have all these business people all day long come having meetings and all types of stuff, so they'll step in.
Yeah.
And all you got to do is ask them one question, then, who are you? What do you do? They'll talk to you. You don't know. And here's the thing about when everyone that walked out of the classroom, we ain't going to tell them how, but they were a millionaire, were they not?
Yes.
We ain't going to tell you how we said it, but everyone that walked out of here at the last class was a millionaire, or potentially a millionaire. And we ain't going to tell you the how or what, You got to show up. So when you walk out, you can be a millionaire or a potential millionaire. It's up to you. Now, I know you're preparing a lot of stuff for Saturday. We ain't gonna tell them everything. You got to be here.
Yes, absolutely.
You have to know, y'all. Some of we're going to stream. Her class we're not. So you got to be here. We're gonna open up, do a 4 or 5 minute stream, and we're gonna do a 4 or 5 minute stream doing it. But you got to be here. It's just 4 hours. 4 hours.
And it's gonna go by so fast.
Oh, did it not go by so fast?
It went by so quick. I literally was sitting back wondering when I completed my presentation whether or not I covered everything that I could cover. And you know, that's one thing about when you're doing presentations and you're speaking to individuals, and the engagement was so hyped. It was just so wonderful. I just was wondering, like, did I actually give them everything that I could possibly think of?
Well, you gave them enough where they walked out here with that wow.
Yes, they did.
What happened? After everything was over, an hour later, they were still here talking.
They were still here, and I couldn't even get out the door because so many people were stopping me, and they kept asking me more questions, and I was explaining it. And because I had such a love for learning and such a love for just encouraging our youth, it was like it wasn't a headache, it wasn't a problem, it was encouraging, it was inspiring. It uplifted me to know that I still had an interest on what I was saying and actually being able to provide that.
I must congratulate you. I really am on the fact that after the event was over, you stayed around and answered every question.
Thank you.
You know, that's important. A lot of people come and speak and they out the door.
Right.
You hung around, stayed around, and answered every question.
And they were important questions, Mr. Murray. You know, they were legitimate questions in which I could see that the person needed to have a little more clarity on it. Whether it was the application process, whether or not it was the grants that we were speaking about, whatever it was that I presented, we had individuals who were really, really interested in how to get to the next level. And I was just privileged. I really did. I felt like I was just privileged to be able to be here.
And here's the thing. This event isn't for just people going to college and for the parents. Right now, if you have children and you know they're going to go to college, if they're going in 5 years, start today getting ready and preparing for it.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I am a firm believer of being prepared, and do not wait to the last minute, because things are changing so quickly that we need to make sure that we're on top of our game. And it is our obligation to make sure that we are preparing our youth for whatever that has to come with careers. So if I step back for a moment and say, you know, when Martin Luther King was doing the civil rights movement, he spoke about the things that we as a people have to do in order to encourage one another. So I always thought to myself, when we've had all of the issues that we had with our black, brown youth that were being murdered and all the different things that was happening in society, immediately in my mind I kept thinking, what can I do? How do I go to address that? Because, see, I didn't live with the civil rights movement. I was born during that time. So by the time I came around to go to school, we were not dealing with those things. Those issues were not our concern. But now I have my youth. I have students. I have family members. I have children. I have grandchildren who will now have to redo the whole process. And I need to make sure that they are prepared for that.
You know, and I'm just starting to put out my story. And people saying, Mr. Murray, tell your story one day. You know, I've done it. I just did it the first time, but last week. I told my story. I was in the civil rights movement. In 1970, I got in the civil rights movement, and the things I've done, and the things I've seen, and when one person found out who I was and what I'd done in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000, now they want to do a documentary on me.
Oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations.
Well, it's going to take some work.
Okay, but it's in the making.
They want me to tell my story.
And I think that you should.
Well, you know something, it's not something that I talk about. It's definitely not nothing I'm ashamed of.
Oh, absolutely not.
It's just not something that I really talk a lot about. But I'm thinking seriously. Everybody keeps telling me, my wife keeps telling me to do it, and the staff says do it.
I think that you should, Mr. Murray, if I could do anything to help push you to get you there, because the information needs to be presented and it has to be told. And we have to let our youth know, and we have to let our young adults know that this struggle that they're going through is not something unique to them. It is something that had happened in the past. History has a way of just repeating itself. And so we need to be able to make sure that they are prepared in more ways than one.
You know, when I'm looking at it, because I constantly tell people that talk to your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents, their history. You know, it's something that you got to realize that every time a senior citizen dies, the library closes. Because that knowledge of information, that knowledge of life that they have, that they can give you, to educate you, to teach you, to bring you up, to make you not make mistakes or learn from the mistakes that's made, but is you can't put a price on it.
No, the wisdom is there.
And once they're died, that library is closed.
Yes, yes.
So Helen, I'm so proud, dear, that I got a chance to do this, and that you're going to do this for us Saturday. And like I said, go on mminstitute.info and obtain your ticket. It's more than affordable. I mean, y'all think we talking about astronomical money. It's not. I'm not going to tell you how much it is. That's all, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you, but go on there, you'll be surprised. And and that's why we have sponsors. We're going to give you can eat breakfast and stuff here and everything. And for that little phenomenal fee that we're charging you, for the millions of dollars worth of information, we help you with thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. You help your children get money for college. And Randy Brodus, thank you for tuning in. And be sure that's your cousin?
That's my cousin from Philadelphia. Hi, family.
See, then we got Philly tuning in, and everybody from everywhere.
Yes, and Miss Crowther is another young lady that I had the pleasure of knowing, and she's a phenomenal young lady as well. So,
Helen, I want to thank you, dear.
Well, thank you, Mr. Murray.
For coming in and for what you're doing for us and the community. And here's the thing, y'all. We can't emphasize enough the importance of what we're doing. We really can't. And I'm not trying to brag on the Institute, but we're a hell of an institute. To give you what we're giving you in the time frame that we're helping you build and grow your business, in case you don't have time to do a 4-year degree. We're here to help you. We're going to give you what you need somewhere along the line. So all you have to do is what I said, just show up and stay tuned into the Millionaire Mastermind Institute. And tell everyone, see, now you got to tell them, you take this show that we're doing right now, that you got live, and tomorrow you share it again. Saturday, you share it again. Because that's the people that need to know, and you're giving that blessing. Lorraine Brown Watkins from Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
All right.
How we doing, dear? That's what I'm talking. See, I'm talking about, see, New Jersey. Now you talking about 2 hours, 3 hours away, dear, hit 95 or whatever the highway is, and I see you here.
And come on down.
And you ain't got to come by yourself. You got room for 4 or 5 people. Fill your car. Come on down. Because now here's the thing too. We're gonna tell you about the Institute. Yes, we have brick and mortar. We're gonna take you for a tour so you can see both TV studios, the radio studio we have here, the conference rooms, and of course this is one of the studios, and this is also part of one of the training rooms that we have here at the Institute. We're mobile. If you want us to come to your city, or your town, your business, or your church, all you gotta do is contact us. Right. We're mobile. Right. You know, as long as they got trains, planes, and automobiles, we can get there. And we do travel a lot. We do travel a lot. So we'll come to you, invite the handsome one.
Okay, on that note, I'm done.
Oh, they told me now I got to rap because of what I just said.
Yeah, you ended that one. Okay.
But see, here's the whole thing about it. It doesn't bother me when you laugh at me because I'm laughing at me too.
We all laughing together.
But it's all this is what the day is like when you come to our events.
Yes, it is.
This is what the day is like. It's not just sitting there, we pumping and pumping and pumping stuff in you.
It is not boring at all.
We are pumping and pumping stuff in you, but it's going to be to the point where you're going to enjoy it.
Yes,
we are infotainers.
Yes.
Give you information while we're going to entertain you.
Okay.
So I want to thank everyone
that
tuned in. Remember, share this again tomorrow. and the day after, and the day after. And stay tuned in to the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, mminstitute.info, or call the Institute at 240-619-2019, and we'll come to you. Just give us a call. We'll work it out. Go on our website, and you'll see things. I want to thank everyone that tuned in. All I can tell you is always I'm saying God bless, and you keep working on your road to success. Good night, good evening until later, and God bless. Hello, Cincinnati. You got that one off? Okay, we got to post it. You got to hit post. That's it, don't go out.
Okay, that was cool, wasn't it?
I need my glasses. Let me have my glasses, Helen, please. Yeah, if it's just post it.
You want to post it on?
Are you sure you want to end this broadcast? Confirm.